Have you come to a point in your spiritual life, if you were to die today, you'd know for certain you'd go to heaven, or is that something you'd say you're still working on?
I'm actually an atheist, so I don't believe in that.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So then you don't believe in a heaven or hell or God or anything like that?
I don't know. I waver between atheist and agnostic, but right now I'm an atheist, so no.
Yeah. Now, why do you waver back and forth?
Just because generally I think it's kind of hard to know. I used to be a Christian, but left because I didn't feel it was right for me, and I don't know. I stopped believing.
Yeah. What was the Christian message when you were in the church?
Well, at first I thought, the ideas of love and giving to the poor and just helping your fellow man really appealed to me. But then too many Christians I thought were hypocrites, and so that kind of drove me away from the idea as a whole. And then it was just kind of like I believe in God, but not necessarily a Christian. And then I kind of moved away from that.
And then what was the nail in the coffin as far as like God does not exist?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't remember exactly when I got to that point.
But you waver back and forth between being an agnostic, and so sometimes, would you say then that you look at creation and say maybe there is a creator?
I think as far as I get that direction is I don't know.
You don't? Okay.
So
that's right, because you don't have absolute knowledge, right?
Yeah. I'm rarely inspired to think that, there must be a God because life is so beautiful. But, I mean, I do think life is beautiful, but I don't think that necessarily means there's a God.
Yeah, I understand. Would you consider yourself to be a good person?
Yes.
How about in relation to, like, the Ten Commandments?
I try.
Have you ever told a lie, the ninth commandment?
Obviously.
Yeah. What do you call someone who tells lies?
A liar.
Have you ever stolen anything?
I remember I cheated once in, 4th grade, and then I, maybe again in high school once, and then I stole, $20 from my mom once.
Okay, so
when I was a little kid.
Now you're bragging about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does that make you in a court of law if you've stolen something?
Thief?
Yeah. Have you ever used the Lord's name in vain?
All the time.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't exist, you could use it all the time. Okay, that's called blasphemy. It's very serious. Jesus said you even look at another woman to lust after her. You've committed adultery already with her in your heart.
Another woman as opposed to...
What did I say?
Well, you said another woman and...
Well, because adultery.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like another woman would be if you're married, but then you say, well, I've never had relations with another woman, therefore I'm not an adulterer.
Mm-hmm.
But Jesus said if you even look at another woman, you've committed adultery with her already in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So you ever had a lustful thought?
Of course.
Yeah.
And you haven't?
No, I have.
Yeah.
So,
I have.
So by your own admission, you just said that you were a lying, blasphemous thief
And Jesus saves, right?
with an adulterous heart.
Is that what we're getting?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. But you'd see then that you're not ultimately good, right?
I think I'm a good guy.
Okay.
I try. I don't know. Not perfect. So, but no one is. But I try. I try to help people. I try to do the right thing. So I think I'm a good person. I don't think I'm innately evil.
Yeah. Well, my objective there was to show you that you were not necessarily perfect.
It's
right?
true. Yeah.
Because if God does exist,
I don't think anything's perfect.
right? But if God does exist, and the Bible says that He is perfect, right? And He says, "Be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect." And so, really, what that means is that we cannot meet God's standards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
And so, on the day of judgment, right? If judgment is true, we're going to stand before God and give an account of our lives. And on the day of judgment, do you think you'd be guilty or innocent of breaking God's laws?
I think I'd be just fine.
Even on what we just talked about?
I don't think I think there are a lot of Christians who think that they're good because they say, Jesus paid for my sins or whatever, but, they let that just, whitewash all the stuff that they do and make themselves feel good about it. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever get to that point where I have to account for it in front of the supreme being.
Yeah.
Because it's not what I believe.
Right.
So I'm not really worried about it.
It doesn't concern you whatsoever?
Not really.